Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Spaces Annual Awards Ceremony 2021, celebrating the 18th Civic Building of the Year Awards. I'm Alex G, and I've been given the task of taking us through this afternoon's awards. These are the only awards that are solely dedicated to rewarding excellence, collaboration, and innovation in construction projects delivered within the public sector. This year, we have continued to reflect and recognise the multidisciplinary nature of spaces, but also the collaborative nature in which public sector projects play in their communities and the contributions made by project members. We know that delivering these projects are challenging at the best of times. To deliver these projects in the shadow of a global pandemic adds considerable complexity, and we applaud all those involved in the submissions. Our shortlist continues to show the breadth of schemes that are delivered each year with the aid of public funding. Because it wasn't possible to hold these awards last year, we've included the 2019 and 20 entries into this year's deliberations. Today, 22 projects have been shortlisted from over 200 submissions. Our Spaces yearbook, which will be available after today, details 106 of these incredible schemes across the country. These awards are not just about design, but they recognise the importance of collaboration in delivering a project that meets the brief, is delivered on time and to an agreed budget. Given the global pandemic and the increased cost of labour and materials, greater reliance has to be working together and shared ownership has had to come to the fore. To judge the awards, the shortlisted projects are visited by members of the Spaces Awards panel, which is made up to reflect the multidisciplinary nature of our industry. The broad topics of design, impact, concept, functionality, complexity, sustainability, and build quality are all considered as part of the assessment. The visits help to validate the findings of the panel and enable the team to experience firsthand the impact the project has had on the community it serves. So before we move to our awards and announce our category winners, I'd like to welcome our Spaces President, Jackie Lowe, to say a few words.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's great to be able to speak to you here today. And just as Alex has moved me across, for those of you who can see the video, we are actually in the same room together. So great to be able to have this virtual technical challenge working and making this award ceremony today. It is with great pleasure that as Spaces President, I'm able to welcome you to the Spaces Awards 2021, incorporating the Civic Building of the Year Award and celebrating yet another period of publicly funded projects. This year's event, of course, has a special significance given the impact the COVID-19 global pandemic has had on all our lives. Many of these projects were able to continue despite lockdown restrictions and achieve handover and occupation against the odds, which is a great testament to the dedication and commitment that our sector provides to community projects. My congratulations go to everyone who has submitted a project over the past 2 years, As ever, the standard of entries continues to be high, and with a large number of projects entered and huge range of project types, it proves it's not just about large, high-profile projects. A huge thank you also goes to all those who've supported the production of this event and the yearbook this year, the judging of the buildings and awards, and of course, those of you who have continued to support Spaces over the past 2 years. We also appreciate all the sponsors that have made the yearbook and the awards possible by their advertising and their sponsorship, and again, helping Spaces to promote great public sector projects. And now, Alex, I'll hand back to you seamlessly to get started on announcing our winners.
Thank you, Jackie. Hopefully you all appreciated the slow pan from Jackie back to me. So it's a pleasure to see so many of you in the numbers on the webinar as well. Hopefully, like me, you've all dressed for the occasion, and we'll start to take us through the awards. So our shortlisted projects will receive a certificate which will be issued after the event, as well as featuring in the Spaces yearbook, which will be published later today. During the session, please feel free to interact with us, comment in the chat, and we'll try and cut to some of those comments as we go through. We'll try and make this as interactive as we possibly can. So before we start, we'd like to take the opportunity to thank our sponsors for today's event, Bowder, Faithful and Gould, and Symmetry, and your sponsorship has really enabled this event to proceed. So our categories are as follows: collaboration, community, education, health, heritage, regeneration, small building, sustainability, and then we'll have an overall winner of the Civic Building of the Year. Firstly, we'll move to our Collaboration Award. Now, it's recognised that all of our submissions involve collaboration, but we have one category winner, and that category winner Collaboration Award is the North Range Student Services Project in Cambridge. The judges were extremely impressed with how the team managed the complexity and the challenge that this project posed. This was an extremely difficult site to access, located in the heart of Cambridge, and it had all the challenges of dealing with an iconic listed building, formerly the historic exam hall of the University of Cambridge, whilst at the same time ensuring the university remained open and operational. With numerous stakeholders to manage, both internally and externally, the project team demonstrated how a truly collaborative team can overcome the odds and deliver an outstanding result. An exceptional team that we're proud to recognise.
So the client here was the University of Cambridge, architect Bennett's Associates, M&E engineer Monroe Building Services, contractor Keir Construction, and surveyor Edmund Shipway.
Well done to all involved in the North Range Student Services project. Our next award is the Community Award, sponsored by Faithful and Gould. Faithful and Gould are a leading project and programme management consultancy delivering constructive expertise to their clients, and they work extensively across the public sector built environment, and they feature across a number of range of projects, both shortlisted and across the yearbook as well. In the category of Community Award, we have two highly commended projects in this category before we move to the winners. Those highly commended are the Guildford Crematorium in Godalming and the Riverside Leisure Centre in Chelmsford. And again, congratulations to those shortlisted in this category. But we have one winner for the category, and the winner goes to The Hold in Ipswich. This is a great example of community architecture, which actively brings together different user groups whilst highlighting the value of local historical records. On the judge's visit, it was clear to see the passion the end user had for the building and what it represents to the community. And praise goes to the architect and the wider delivery team for creating such a valuable asset. Again, well done to all those involved in The Hold.
The client here was Suffolk County Council. The designers and project managers were Concertus Design and Property Consultants, architects Pringle Richard Sherratt Architects, surveyor Focus Consultants, and contractor RG Carter, and M&E engineers Monroe Building Services.
Well done, all involved with The Hold. So, moving to our Education Award. Always a hotly contested category, and this year has been no different. This year's award has been sponsored by Bowder, who have kindly submitted a short video which we'll play for you now. Recognising we're having some technical difficulties and working our way through those now, so bear with us everybody, and apologies.
I think we'd like to go back.
Hopefully the sound is back now. Apologies for the technical difficulties, everyone. Hopefully you can hear us loud and clear. If someone can, please give me a thumbs up in the chat, because we're following the chat as we go through. If I can see a thumbs up from someone, we'll go back to our health award and we'll just recap on where we are.
So, actually, we can also go back to Valda.
Excellent. Thank you very much. We've been asked to go back to the education category. So bear with me 1 second. And there we go. If we can go from the highly commended section. We have 4 projects in this category. So forgive those that could hear that. Hopefully now everyone can hear where we are at this point. So 4 projects that were highly commended in the education category, a hotly contested category, as we know. The first was Barton Farm Primary Academy in Winchester. The second, Bournemouth Gateway Building in Bournemouth. Third, Cotton End Forest School in Bedfordshire. And finally, the Richmond Building in Twickenham. A group of projects that all demonstrated outstanding quality and all highly commended. We have a runner-up in this category as well, and the runner-up is Wintringham Primary School in St Neots in Cambridgeshire, offering a great display of design and sustainability. But there can only be one winner, and the winner in the education category is the Impact Building in Swansea. Situated within the Bay campus of the University of Swansea, the Impact Building impressed the judges with its vision and successful delivery of an engineering teaching building designed for maximum collaboration with the industry. With strong architectural and low energy design, it has surpassed its remit despite the pandemic in attracting £15 million worth of research income. I'm sure you'll agree, a fantastic achievement, and well done to all those featured in this category.
So the contractors were Kier Construction, M&E Engineers ACOM, client was Swansea University, and the architect AHR Architects.
Thank you, Jackie. So if the sound is still working, we'll move on to our health award. We only have one outright category winner in the health category, and that was Blossom Court, St Anne's Hospital in London, a building that successfully delivers a new way of working for both staff and residents, improving the health and well-being. The staff look forward to coming to work, and the residents feel much happier and safer in their new environment. It's an incredibly well-resolved project that provides both flexibility and security with great design.
So the architects were Medical Architecture, the client Barnet Enfield and Haringey Mental Health NHS Trust, landscape architects Place Design and Planning, M&E Engineers Hulley and Kirkwood, and the contractor Integrated Health Projects.
Excellent, and very well done, everyone. And it's great to know the sound is fine. That's coming through loud and clear on the chat, so much appreciated, everybody. So from health, we move on to our Heritage Award. And again, just one outright category winner, and that is the Box in Plymouth. A complex project which incorporates local heritage into an excellent example of public architecture. The resulting scheme redevelops the area into a creative and flexible art and exhibition space while celebrating the historic nature of the area.
So the landscape architects and structural engineers were Atkins Limited, the client Plymouth City Council. M&E Engineers were also Atkins and Hawley and Partners. Main contractor Wilmot Dixon, and the exhibition fit-out contractor was The Hub, and quantity and conservation surveyors were Faithful and Gould.
So, to a hugely important category, our Regeneration Award. Delivering a scheme that's designed to enhance and promote social and economic growth in a particular area and cannot be underestimated, and we're delighted to feature 2 schemes in this category. The runner-up is Dudley House in Paddington. Formerly a tower block converted into a new mixed-use development scheme comprising a 4-form entry secondary school, a church, retail offerings, and 197 modern flats for social and key worker housing. A hugely impressive entry. But our winner in this category is the Elmsfield regeneration in Wokingham. This is the second phase of Wokingham's ambitious town centre regeneration scheme that's seen the redevelopment of a vacant 1960s office block, car park and underused open space, with high-quality mixed-use development comprising 126 new homes, shops, restaurants and leisure facilities. Despite initial public opposition, Elmsfield has been embraced by the community, proving hugely popular, and is bringing people to the town centre from further afield. The judges felt that the Elmsfield project was a powerful example of the wide-ranging benefits a successful urban regeneration scheme brings to the market town of Wokingham. Very well done.
So the client was Wokingham Borough Council, and who also acted as project managers. Architects were Benoy, M&E engineers McLaughlin and Harvey, and contractor McLaughlin and Harvey. Surveyors Wilson Bowden Developments.
Well done again to all involved. Now, we know that small can also be mighty, and in our Small Building Award, the impact of our shortlisted projects are having a huge positive impact on the communities they serve. We have a runner-up in this category, and that is the Jim Clark Motorsport Museum in Duns on the Scottish borders. A small budget and small site, but no less significant than some of our larger, more expensive projects. This building is an example of collaborative working that's brought new lease of life to a traditional B-listed Georgian villa and coach house. Enhanced by a double height extension forming the new entrance, it's intentionally modest due to its rural setting and a reflection of the character of Jim Clark, fusing traditional materials, natural stone, slate and zinc, in a contemporary yet subtle setting. The proof of good design has been how the public have been engaged to view a worthy collection of memorabilia and trophies won by Jim during his career. But our category winner is Treadgolds in Portsmouth. Treadgolds is a Grade 2 listed Victorian time capsule, retaining a Dickensian feel with its dark shop full of nuts and bolts, fascinating fixtures and fittings and machinery. The project involved the transformation of the existing Victorian warehouse into a unique meeting and conference space. A new mezzanine floor provides an additional training and meeting space in this unique setting, serviced with a hospitality zone. With a relatively small budget, the warehouse spaces were conserved and sensitively remodelled. This light touch approach to the design retains the historic fabric and essential character of the building, with contemporary enhancements creating a new layer of history and bringing new life to the local community.
So the client here was John Pounds Community Trust, architect and project managers, Pritchard Architecture, M&E engineers, Nico and Associates, contractor T. Colborne and Sons Limited, and the surveyors MEA. Now, our penultimate award, and it's our Sustainability Award, sponsored by Symmetry. Symmetry supports innovative architecture, engineering infrastructure, and construction companies to optimize their working methods and increase the quality of their projects. Their purpose is to challenge people to work smarter and to turn ideas into new realities that shape a better future. With a combination of their own IP, best-of-breed technology from partners, and a comprehensive range of services, they enable customers to build sustainably, maximize efficiency, and increase their competitive advantage. Symmetry's services include the provision of software, consultancy, training and support, and they offer a comprehensive range of IT and document management solutions. Thank you, Symmetry, for sponsoring the awards today. And our winner in this category is the Harris Academy in the London Borough of Sutton. As the first passive house secondary school in England, the Harris Academy in Sutton is a pioneering project which not only delivers an excellent internal environment,
but also through monitoring can already be seen to be performing even better than anticipated in respect of energy consumption. Fitted into a tight suburban site on a significant slope with mature trees along the street frontage, the design creates protected outdoor areas between the blocks. Our judges felt that the internal spaces feel generous, bright and airy, and the exposed timber and ceiling surfaces of the CLT construction, together with the choice of internal finishes, create an internal environment which has been very well received by pupils and staff alike. All aspects of the project have been designed and constructed to a high standard, responding positively to the climate emergency, and is an outstanding educational building in its own right. But its strong sustainability credentials lends itself to being our category winner for sustainability. Again, very well done.
So the submitting organisation was Archetype and the Department for Education. The client, London Borough of Sutton. The architect was Archetype. M&E engineers were BDP. A contractor were Wilmot Dixon, and surveyor was Synergy.
Now, we move to the Civic Building of the Year. And what's interesting doing a webinar is that normally when we have the event in a hotel, actually we've had invited people up to say a few words after each of the awards have been nominated, which means for the benefit of everyone else, you're probably going to get an earlier lunch than you may well have thought. But thank you for sticking with us through this ceremony. So the winner of the Civic Building of the Year, and there can only be one winner, and we are delighted this year to choose what we consider the best of the winners from the winners of each category. And this year, that goes to the Harris Academy. Very well done again to all those involved in this project. And I think we've seen an excellent example of collaboration, of education, of sustainability, and really stands alone amongst all of the projects that we've had to be selected as our Civic Building of the Year. So very well done to all those involved. And I'd like to extend our congratulations to everyone concerned with all of our excellent set of projects. So that concludes this year's ceremony, which means the yearbooks will soon be released. I hope you've enjoyed this celebration of civic buildings and their delivery across the UK, and hopefully we'll all be able to meet in person next year. We have a few thank yous, certainly to the Spaces Awarding panel, including our new chair, Richard Hopton, for his support and the rest of the panel's support this year, along with all of those members that joined us on the visits. Thanks to every submission we received. They represent an incredible display of enhancement to our built environment. We'd like again to thank our sponsors, Bowder, Faithful & Gould and Symmetry, and most of all, to thank you for staying with us for the course of this ceremony, for working with us through the sound and technical qualities that we had, and for your participation this year. Submissions for next year's yearbook and awards will be open at the beginning of December 21 for projects delivered between the 1st of October 2020 and the 31st of October 2021. Details can be found on screen and also on the back page of our yearbook and on our website. And if you're interested in sponsoring any of our awards next year, we'd love to hear from you. If you have any queries at all, please check our website. And it just goes to say thank you all for joining us and have a great rest of the day. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Great to have you with us.